What he said no. One day, he used to give lectures like this. He used to teach. He missed one of his students, one of the regular students in his dars. His name is Abu Wada'a. And then he showed up 3 days later. And he asked him, what's wrong, Abu Wada'a? Where you been? I haven't seen you in 3 days. He said, my wife died and I was busy with her burial. And then he asked him, are you going to get married again? He said, وَمَنْ يُزَوِّجْنِي? Who's going to give me his daughter? I only have 2 dinar. 2 dinar like $20 now. قال أنا أزوجك. I'll give you my daughter in marriage. And then he got the students, bear witness. Ask me to marry my daughter. إني استخرت الله تعالى على الزواج من موكلتك so and so على كتاب الله وعلى سنة رسول الله وعلى الصداق المسمى بيننا 2 dinar. قال زوجتك. Abu Wada'a went home at night and then knock on the door. فقال من? He said, who is there? قال سعيد. He said, Sa'id. Abu Wada'a said, I thought of every other Sa'id but Sa'id ibn al-Musayyib, because for 40 years the only 2 places that he knows is his house and the masjid. He never leaves the masjid. Masjid al-Nabawi. Never leaves the masjid. For 40 years. He opened the door. Assalamu alaikum. And here is your wife. I don't want you that you have a wife, and I brought her for you. Abu Wada'a, by the way, in the morning, he's waking up to go and to study with Sa'id ibn al-Musayyib. The daughter is asking him, where are you going? He said, to go and learn from Sa'id. قال تجلس أعطيك علم سعيد. I will teach you the knowledge of Sa'id. Sit down. Ya Allah. This is real stuff, brothers. Real stuff. Real stuff. يعني أنت تعجب كما في صحيح البخاري لما تأيمت حفصة the daughter of عمر بن الخطاب, when she became أيم. الأيم هو الأعزب. عبد الله بن حذافة السهمي, سيدنا عمر رضي الله عنه went to Uthman ibn Affan asking him to marry his daughter Hafsa. Sayyidina Uthman, amhilni, let me think about it. And he came back and he said, no, I'm not interested. He got Sayyidina Umar a little bit. And then he went to Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Marry Hafsa. He said, can you just allow me a couple of days, please? And then the Prophet ﷺ came to Umar and he asked to marry Hafsa radiyallahu anha, al-Mu'mineen, and he married her. فأبو بكر came to Sayyidina Umar, قال له لعلك وجدت علي. I hope you did not get upset with me because I never came back to you with an answer. والله, by Allah, لقد ذكرها رسول الله أمامي. شاف the Prophet ﷺ mentioned her in front of me, that he's interested in her. And I was waiting. And I did not want to reveal the secret of the Prophet ﷺ. That is why I was waiting. Shahid, there is nothing wrong. Because when you choose a righteous husband, when you choose a righteous wife, that person will fear Allah in your son or in your daughter. They do. But if you do not choose righteous people, they are not going to fear Allah. A righteous person will fear Allah regarding your daughter. When he does not love her, he will fear Allah in her. He will still fulfill her rights. The first problem, and this is, I tell you, the most serious problem, and it is the basis for everything, that a lot of Muslims, they do not marry people in the basis of the deen. Here is a little twist to this, and being practical. You end up marrying your wife, and your wife marrying you for other reasons than the deen. Because you fall in love and all that love story thing. And you never even address the issue of the deen whatsoever. After 2-3 years of the marriage, one of you will start transforming. You know the transformers that you get from McDonald's? But transforming to the deen. By all of a sudden you find your wife wearing the hijab, and she's reading the Quran, she's praying tahajjud, and you still what? Washy with the deen. You don't even pray the 5 daily prayers. Or the other way around. You start getting to the masjid and meeting the people, and your wife still doing her dunya things. Here's a big problem. That now you want your wife or you want your husband to transform like you right away. And you don't want to be patient. And a lot of the problems are like this. You went and you married your wives. You never discussed the religion. You never talked about it. Religion was irrelevant to begin with. I love you, you love me, we're a happy family and all that stuff. Now the religion came in the picture. Now you want your wife to be religious tomorrow. And you want your husband to be religious tomorrow. Otherwise, let's break the relationship. La ya akhi, give her da'wah. Be patient now. Remember, religion was not part of the picture, so be patient. Be patient. This is the first reason, inshallah. The second reason, and I really would like you to understand this. Marriage is an institution that will face a lot of challenges. Is not what you have watched in television. I'm sorry, but this is the reality. I know in the movies, in the soap operas, in the books, they tell you they got married and then they lived happily ever after. I'm saddened to say that sometimes they lived sadly ever after. I'm sorry. We need to, let's be realistic here. Come on. The forces of evil, and I'll give you evidence from the Quran and the Sunnah. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke about the children of Israel in the Quran, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent to them Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam with the book and the message. They refused it. And then they followed what? وَاتَّبَعُوا مَا تَتْلُو الشَّيَاطِينُ عَلَى مُلْكِ سُلَيْمَانَ وَمَا كَفَرَ سُلَيْمَانُ وَلَكِنَّ الشَّيَاطِينَ كَفَرُوا. A beautiful verse in Surah Al-Baqarah called السحر, آية السحر. You recited to the person who has sorcery, somebody did some sorcery to him or to her. Look at this. They learn sorcery from Harut and Marut, the two angels. There is a story, long story behind this that I don't want to get in there. But look at this. فَيَتَعَلَّمُونَ مِنْهُمَا مَا يُفَرِّقُونَ بِهِ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَزَوْجِهِ. They learn sorcery in order to separate husbands and wives from one another. Because this is a devastating impact. Divorce is a destruction. The family is a block in a building, is a unit in a group of units. If you destroy these units one after another, you have no community. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this verse, He mentioned that they learn sorcery from a lot of sources, and they use it for so many things. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the one thing that is so harmful, that they learn sorcery to separate husband and wives. وصحيح مسلم حديث جابر بن عبد الله رضي الله عنهما, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, every single day, every day يا أخي, الشيطان places his throne on water, and he would give incentive to the little shayateen. Whosoever does the best job today in misguiding the Muslims, I will place the crown with my own hand on their heads. Look, at the end of the day, he would place his throne again in water. Very serious man, I mean, a very serious person. The Satan is serious about his business. I mean, the guy is punctual. Every day in the morning, the throne in water. At night, the throne in water. Okay, what did he do today, little shayateen? One of them will come and say, listen, I was able to get this person to kill this person. Good job. I was able to get this person to commit adultery. Good job. You name it. Major sins. Major sins. Until someone will stand and say, listen, today I was able to divorce a man, a husband, from his wife. I was able to separate a husband and wife. If you're divorcing your wife without a legitimate reason, you're making the mission of shaitan successful. Shaitan would call this person, this little shaitan, come out here. Ni'ma anta ant. You are the man. You are the man. Now think about this. Adultery is a major sin. Killing is haram. Stealing is haram. Divorce is not haram. Divorce is not haram. It's not haram, divorce.